Hi, I'm Tatiana, your meditation guide here at Brush and Breath. For all of my sensitive strivers and creative souls out there, this channel is your quiet room on the internet. And today's practice is designed for the days when you find yourself, let's say, particularly wired. Perhaps you're thinking about the week ahead or simply a long laundry list of things that need your attention. So we'll use the breath and sensations of the body as our resting place today. It is to help the nervous system learn how to downshift by slowing the breath, releasing unnecessary bracing, and creating a steadier foundation from which you can always return to the rest of your day or perhaps explore further meditation practices. So when you're ready, settle into your meditation position. And we'll begin. Whether you're sitting on a cushion or a meditation bench or even an office chair, let the spine rise gently without becoming rigid. Lower your chin slightly. And let the hands rest somewhere natural. Allow your feet to settle. And finally, let your eyes close if that feels comfortable today. Notice the state in which you have arrived here. Maybe the body is tired. Maybe you feel agitated. Let the practice begin with what is here. And the good news is that it's all workable. Start by feeling the points of contact beneath you. The feet touching the floor. The hips touching the seat. The back of the body. Perhaps also touching support. The hands resting. And let the body register these simple facts. There is a surface beneath you. There is plenty of room around you. And there is nowhere else you need to be right now. Take one comfortable breath in. Just a little longer than usual. And let it leave slowly. And again, breathing in comfortably. And breathing out. And one more. Inhale gracefully. And exhale without pushing. And let the breath find its own natural rhythm. And now start noticing that breathing is seemingly occurring on its own. You don't have to make it happen. Your body is already handling everything. See if you can find that one place where the breath is easiest to feel today. Perhaps at the nostrils, a faint touch of air entering and leaving. Or perhaps in the chest, the ribs quietly expanding and settling. No, maybe in the lower belly. A gentle rising and falling. And just one place where the breath feels most alive today. Not necessarily the strongest, just easily accessible. And let your attention rest there, as if placing an imaginary hand lightly on that area. Just enough contact to feel it. Not so much pressure that you start gripping. Notice one inhale and an exhale. And then another inhale and another exhale. Nothing more is required here. The mind might want to check out from time to time, and that is normal. When your attention has wandered, simply notice that. Return to your next breath, and then the next one. You don't have to recover the breath you have missed, but return to the one happening now. And now, this inhale and this exhale. The practice is always here, always available. And we'll stay with this for the next couple of minutes. Simply registering inhale and exhale. Now begin becoming intimate with the breath. Not merely knowing that you are breathing, that inhales and exhales keep coming, but coming a bit closer, listening more carefully, and still allowing attention to remain continuously present. Notice how your inhale begins. Can you feel the exact moment when the body changes direction and starts receiving air? Perhaps that beginning is clear. Or perhaps it's so subtle that you cannot locate it precisely. But either way, stay with it. Remain attentive. Follow the inhale through its middle and notice whether it travels evenly, whether it becomes fuller or whether it changes speed. And also notice the end of the inhale, in the place where something seems to complete itself. There may appear to be a pause, quiet turning point, a place where the breath becomes very, very shallow, or even impossible to detect. Do not abandon your attention there. Do not immediately begin wondering when the next moment will come. Stay present. Stay present with the pause and the silence. And notice that even when there is very little obvious movement, awareness can still remain continuous, open and hurried, simply staying. There may be the faintest sensation. There may be uncertainty. There may be stillness. Let it be a part of what you're knowing here. You don't need to fill the space. You don't need to predict the next breath. Simply remain open to the space and that mystery between movements. And now notice the exhale beginning, perhaps clearly, or perhaps almost invisibly. And same here. Follow it carefully through its middle and to its very end. Again, there may be a moment when the exhale seems complete and the next inhale has not yet announced itself. Stay with it. Let attention remain steady and present, even when the breath is barely perceptible. There is no need to be reaching forward for the next inhale. No need to become impatient with the stillness. Simply know this pause as it is. It could be that the breath is loud or subtle. It may seem to disappear at times. And still awareness remains. This continuity is part of becoming intimate with the breath. It remains through the whole cycle. Beginning, middle, ending, and the mystery between them. These divisions are not always obvious. Sometimes one phase might dissolve quietly into another. Sometimes the breath becomes so faint that it cannot be divided at all. But our practice here is to stay close enough to notice. And spacious enough not to interfere. Inhale, beginning, unfolding, and completing itself. Remaining present in the stillness. Exhale, beginning, unfolding, and completing. Remaining open. Let your attention stay with the whole arc. And keep going for the next few minutes. we'll move on to noticing the finer qualities of the breath. Your breath has something like handwriting. It has recurring shapes and gestures, a particular rhythm when the body is tired, a different rhythm when the mind is busy. And perhaps a different rhythm when something begins to soften. Notice any changes in temperature. And the nostrils, perhaps the inhale feels slightly cooler. And the exhale slightly warmer. Is your breath smooth or uneven or bumpy? Does it flow freely? Or does it seem to pass through a bottleneck of some kind? Does it move mostly in the chest? Or in the belly? Or perhaps both? And again, you're not grading the quality of your breath. You're simply getting to know it. Coming closer. Intimacy begins when we stop trying to improve what's here. So let the next breath reveal itself without needing to perform relaxation. Perhaps one breath is short, and the next one is longer. One might feel effortless, and the next one may hesitate. The breath is allowed to change. It's allowed to arrive imperfectly. And still you remain close and attentive. And this is the beginning of that intimacy, that trust. Let's stay with it for a bit. If your mind has wandered, gently bring it back now, without losing the focus on the breath. We will allow our attention to widen, ever so slightly, like widening an angle in the camera lens. Keep the breath at the center, but begin noticing what the breath touches. Feel the nostrils and throat, the path that air seems to take. Feel the ribs, perhaps the front ribs, the side ribs, maybe even the back ribs. Notice how the breath creates extra space between the ribs and then allows them to settle. Feel the upper diaphragm and the belly. Simply sensing movement and space. Perhaps your belly rises a little bit on the inhale and settles on the exhale. Notice whether your lower back responds at all, whether your shoulders move, whether the collarbones lift slightly. The breath has been introducing you to your body all along. Every inhale reveals where the body can expand, and every exhale where the body can release. The breath touches the chest, the belly, the lower back. The breath touches all the places you may not usually inhabit with your day-to-day attention. From intimacy with the breath, intimacy with the body begins. Keep staying with the breath for the next few minutes. Each inhale and exhale, but also include body sensations that occur as you travel along. If there is tension, feel tension as sensation. If there is softness, feel softness as sensation. Not as a story, just as a sensation. There may be openness, tightness, extra movement or warmth, pressure, stillness, void. Let the breath move through your body without needing to make it mean anything at all. Let the breath move the body without needing to make it mean anything. Simply one living body, breathing, receiving, resting. And we'll keep going like this for the next few minutes. Now see if you can feel the breath and the body together. Not splitting your attention on breath over here and body over there, but staying with one living, breathing body. The whole body receiving the inhale, and the whole body settling with the exhale. Perhaps the movement is only clear in one region. That is okay. Let the rest of the body participate through stillness. You're allowing your body to experience unconditioned presence, unconditioned intimacy. Less demands, less speed, more contact, more permission. And rest now with this whole breathing body. No close investigation needed at this point. Let awareness fall open. Sensations keep happening. Awareness receives it all. Unconditionally. with the next inhale, begin noticing sounds in the room. The movement of the air, the quality of light behind the eyelids. Feel the support beneath you, your hands, your feet. And notice whether anything has changed at all. Perhaps the breath is easier to know now. Perhaps the mind feels less hurried. Or perhaps nothing obvious has changed. But you spend these 30 minutes in close contact with your own life. Take one slightly fuller breath in. And let it leave the body. Begin inviting small movements. The toes, the shoulders, your jaw. And as you continue your day, remember, your breath is your living companion. And the more closely you know it, the sooner you may notice when your body begins to brace or withdraw, and the more easily you can return. Thank you for practicing. And if this helped, inhale once and tap subscribe so we can sit together again. I'll see you next time.